At Ankara City Hospital, there are about 3,800 beds, 750 in intensive care. And at the height of the COVID pandemic, officials say there were always enough. All of them could have been converted to intensive care if needed. And the wards were stocked with some of the latest equipment.
The main factor here is the high number of intensive care and hospital beds. City hospitals all over Turkey are new buildings. They are in good physical condition and they all have a large numbers of beds. This was incredibly useful to us when the pandemic started because it did not leave any of our patients stranded when they needed a hospital or intensive care.
There are now 18 large city hospitals in Turkey, like this one in Ankara, all opened in the past 5 years, products of government-private business partnerships. One of the aims was to replace old buildings not able to withstand earthquakes. They've been criticised for their cost and concentrating resources in one area, but they ultimately left the country with new hospitals and lots of beds when COVID struck. The day of wards packed with COVID patients now seem to be over, but for many, the memories of what happened at the height of the pandemic are still strong.
The dramatic scenes we watch on TV were real. Here we hug each other when they cried. As their elder sister, I had to console them. There was no opportunity for me to cry. I needed to console, motivate and support them. But I had a friend who could not see her baby for 6 months.
Experts now expect the threat of coronavirus to be reduced and it to become similar to the flu. Like most countries, Turkey probably won't be completely COVID-free in the future, but at least people here now can have some hope that the worst is behind them. These two former COVID patients certainly hope so. Both spent several weeks in intensive care at the hospital. Hassan, a musician, listened to recordings of himself.
I was able to leave my senses behind with the songs they played while I was in the hospital. While listening to them, I waited for a long time to see if I could come back to life. But in the end, I returned to the good days.
It's like you are learning to breathe here again. Breathing becomes the greatest achievement of your life. Here, they made us experience it again in the intensive care unit.
City hospitals were also where Turkey's first domestically produced vaccine, Turkovac, was initially made available to the public, and which are also now being donated abroad. Andrew Hopkins, TRT World, Ankara.